Disclosure, I've done a lot of work with the American Dairy Association and different places in New York. Tell us about what you're writing here. And we see right out of the gate, without reading it carefully, I see a lot of one sentence paragraphs, easy to read,
Mhm.
sometimes a 4-word paragraph. Tell us about the ad copy on your own website.
Well, I think it's kind of what we've been talking about, right? Like what interests, what's interesting to me, right? Interesting to me is that got milk campaign, where instead of saying milk does a body good, they came up with the headline or the idea of got milk, right? You're eating a cookie and it's really dry and sticky and you want to have milk, right? Milk goes with certain things, and the absence of milk can be really bad. So they played with that. So I also played with it in terms of, got copy. And it was
Mhm.
a way to it was just a way to get into a discussion about the importance of copy through
Mhm.
that classic campaign of
And I
got.
see that you have it in the form of a letter. You have your name. You actually have a signature, which from all I've read in copywriting books, the signature matters. People do A/B testing of a blue signature ink
Mhm.
versus black. How much thought do you put into that? Even things like the color of the ink when you're doing like a traditional direct mail, paper direct mail campaign.
The main thing with something like that is readability. And interestingly, the main thing with the signature is legibility, right? If
Mhm.
you see like a scroll, it you trust the person a little less when it's a scroll, right? When you can read it, you trust them a little more. It's just a really small thing, but really
Mhm.
small things add up.
Yeah.
Um, I
So
wouldn't.
tell us about, and you've got pop-ups on your website, which I do too.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about these reports if people are interested. Again, they can get these at no cost by going to speakingofwriting.com. You also have davidldeutsch.com, but presumably easier for people to remember how to spell speakingofwriting.com.
Yes,
Tell us
I
about
was
these 2 special reports.
so relieved when I got speakingofwriting.com and didn't have to continuously spell Deutsch for people, which reminds me of the time I went to Germany and someone there asked for my last name for some customs thing or whatever. And I said, it's Deutsch, Deut. And they went, I know how to spell Deutsch.
A little more common name
A little
there.
more, I was so happy. It was a country where everyone could spell my name. It was the most
Yeah.
amazing thing. But these
Tell
are,
us about these 2 special
I
reports
will,
you
I
have.
will. These are two reports. One of them is copywriting from A to Z. It's 26 ways to improve response. And it's just a way of going through different copywriting techniques, right, from A to Z that will improve your writing, improve the response that you get from your writing.
Mhm,
Again, it was a fun way to do it. And it was something that made it not boring for me.
mhm,
And, the challenge of having to come up with something for every letter of the alphabet. And hopefully it makes it interesting for people.
mhm.
Hopefully people are going, I wonder what he came up with for Z. That's going to be,
Yeah.
a hard one to come up with a copywriting principle for.
Mhm,
Then the other one is idea. I mean, I love ideas. I love creativity. I love the impact that an idea can have, whether it's an idea for a product, whether it's an idea for how to market something, whether it's an idea for copy and for a headline, especially today, right? When AI is just sort of homogenizing everything and making copy, making the ideas that people come up with be so similar, a real human breakthrough idea is something that stands out.
mhm.
And this is, some of the techniques that I've come up with for coming up with ideas in a more kind of a systematic way.
I wanna go into more depth in that in just a moment, but while we're on your products page, you've got the A-list copywriting secrets.
Right?
You have your inner circle. This is a mastermind group?
Yeah, it's a mastermind group. It's kind of a group coaching kind of a thing. If people wanted me to coach them one on one, it's, like thousands of dollars an hour.
Mhm.
But for $97 a month, you can be part of this group and, have the chance to have me work with you one on one and have your
And then
copy.
you also have Idea Power. Is this an online video course or what is this?